welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the former Texas Longhorn, their rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8. A run straight ahead with Achane. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
This will be caught at about the 6. They're able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff.
Nick Westbrook-Akine from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat for the first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
It's now second and 6.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On play action, Allen. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind to, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49.
That's good.
That one goes for 8 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held him to an okay game. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He had a man open, but he missed it, and it's incomplete. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Malik Washington deep for Miami. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Chan on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
H-Chan here, they stay on the ground. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st down and goal to go.
They'll drop the throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
14.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. So halftime now here on Sunday night prime time. Let's get it to Scott. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Automatic first down.
Up the middle, Achan. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. On the throw, running too much that time. It's incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Washington's got it. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Allen going to run with it. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Quick slant to Shakir. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. fair to say hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught, but they got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Well, a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A quick throw there is incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Throwing now is Allen. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. To the air, Allen.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
1 quarter remains here on Sunday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Allen, got to have this one. And he's got it. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, Barber, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline. And they want to do it with some gusto, too.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
Taken right around the 44. Good footwork on the spin.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 18. And the Bills first down.
From the gun, it's Allen.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Out to Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a toss right side, HM with it. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, that is well read on the backside. And he'll be met well behind the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate. I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished. And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball's laid out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And a pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Darren Waller, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Dolphins are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24.
24. Bills nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Sanders.
The Bills take over first down 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
Were you trying to get crazy with this thing? Don't you know